You ever take time off because your health actually matters and you're surrounded by people who actually care, whether you are still walking this mortal coil? I know Chantel doesn't have that because the way she and her bitch ass husband have been pushing out content, they definitely need those coins. And they get mad when you point that out, but I don't care. I'm a nobody, remember? So, what is it? You keep attacking creators that you think are easy targets. So, I really, really hope that you're stupid enough to look my way, Salad, because you've been really out of pocket lately. You could have been smart. You could have let your woman do all the work, pretended to be a big businessman that could wait, and stayed the fuck out of stuff. But, like in New York, like in them ratchet days, we always had them heifers who thought they could get their men involved in their shit. And those guys always got their ass jumped. You see, you're not playing with just the nice people like garlic bread. And I don't even know if the owl is what I would even consider nice. I consider them kind of chaotic neutral like me, where I'm more of the nastier side of that. But they are trying to just be a bit neutral in this situation. I think you thought you were going to go after two really easy targets with your fuck shit, and I don't know. But I know one thing, that every time, especially in the city, when a dude got involved in a fight between his lady and whatever she was involving her mouth in, he got his ass beat up. So if I were you, Salah, instead of trying to be a reaction channel, I would either work on a new pay pig to get your papers, or I would work on getting your actual pay pig healthy. Because this shit ain't it. She's literally in a car talking about she had a 414 diabetic sugar issue, and you're here arguing with garlic bread? Are you fucking serious? Talking about his voice gives you diarrhea? What? Like, I don't even want to hear that, oh, it's English lost in translation stuff. Don't say words you don't understand, stupid. It's not that fucking hard. I would never ever let my man embarrass me like that. I don't understand how you run your household, Chantel, but of course you don't have a household right now. You're kind of in between houses. It's embarrassing for you at 39. I can't even say I relate, because I would never. But the fact that you are being like this and still acting like a flex? But okay, heifer. Because I had to take a week off because I had a stomach bug, and unlike you, when I am sick, I'm not going to chronicleize it for coin. I'm not going to sit there and cry to people. I'm going to take my time, heal the fuck up so that I can feel better. But your bitch ass husband, you keep putting out this silly ass content, and I am going to drag you for the filth you are. You need to stay in your place. You're supposed to be the man of the house. What the fuck's the man of the house doing there doing react content, and bad react content at that? Salah, stop it. You are not helping your heifer. You are not helping this situation. You need to stay silent. Make sure Julia is being taken care of and getting spayed. And stop reminding us of your existence right now, because all the focus should be on your pay pig, but you are playing a stupid, dangerous game. Okay. Like I said, I needed time to heal up before I could call out the heifer. And one of the things that I love about this series is, by the time I came back, I knew somebody would have a fun compilation. And I love Erie Pepperoni. I love this community. I know there has been some ins, outs in between. I don't care. I came after all the drama stuff. You try to come at me, oh, gal, this person did this in the past. It was their past. I don't give a fuck. As long as they ain't fucking with me now or doing something horrible, bigoted, awful to kids, I don't care. I am not here to play the side game. And I'm letting you be known. If I don't fuck with you, I let you know. There's been one person so far, because of a recent fallout, that I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to fuck with this person. Because honestly speaking, I don't have energy. I am an older lady now. I do not waste time or energy on somebody who's just going to exhaust me. I don't care. And in the commentary game, there are way too many fucking vipers that think that they can just ingratiate. You can't. Not with me. I don't trust weaponized kindness. I like being nice because it's being nice. I grew up with that kind of shit. I don't trust it. So if I'm nice to you, it's because I like you, I like what you say, and I like the realness. And as long as you keep it real, I keep it real. That's it. I think in this holiday season, it needs to be said that there are going to be game players, but my old ass ain't got to play by y'all's rules. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to call out the heifer. And now apparently I'm here to call out the heifer and her heifer wrangler bot boyfriend. Because I ain't going to call him my husband anymore because I know that pisses y'all off too. I'm not even going to review his broken English thing though. But I will counter this. You say you have a job. Why are you having time for React content then, Mr. Businessman? You say that you're attacking somebody who attacks obese women. Two of those women, one of them is literally supposed to be your wife. But two of those women are the most chronicalized liars, most undiagnosed sociopathic assholes on the internet. And yet you're coming to their defense? Like, okay, you know, whatever. I know my man would defend me to the death, but I'm actually worth it. I don't think your girlfriend, because they ain't call her wife no more. Just fuck that nonsense. They lie so much, and she can show medical papers yet again on her community tab. But that marriage license, nope, bridge too far. Against the privacy. Okay, this opening's long enough. I want to get the Erie pepperoni. This is probably going to make all of us laugh. I love her. I was glad I found her. And like I said, the best part of calling out the heifer was becoming a part of this community because we have some amazing, talented people.
Relish on her burger.
Welcome back to
Wow.
One Pizza Mafia. Yes, and we finally have our Beeze ending 2023 for Foodie Beauty. Is anyone?
Not even to interrupt Erie, but imagine ERBs. I don't even think in my wildest days I thought the ER was fun at all. I don't particularly enjoy hospitals from any kind of perspective, and I've been there from everything from physical health to mental health. I'm not a fan, and it's not because I love the hospital workers. Don't get me wrong, they are troopers. But being in a hospital is not a fun experience, so I would not want to be chronicalizing it. When I didn't feel good this whole time, no, you don't put a camera in front of you. This is why I don't understand y'all chronically online fuckers. Like, at all. But, of course, Foodie's a faker. And I'm agreeing with Frenchie in the assessment that she had last night. A lot of this was either done days ago, or she's just a fucking liar.
One shocked? No, this one's doctor shopping. She's trying to get to the top of the list, and she'll do anything to get to the top.
And not only that, but it ain't gonna work. You can't just go and hop to an ER and overburden that system and think, oh, your beatus is so bad, we'll get you right on weight loss surgery. That's not how. Are you that fucking stupid? I mean, she is. She's gotta be.
All right, well, let's get straight into this video, shall we?
Yeah.
Well, hello guys. Yeah. Welcome back to another video. Today
she's back to the Stay Puft Marshmallow look. Still looking swole. Still bright ass lipstick. And the bright marshmallow sweater. So I am starting to believe, like Frenchie said, that this timeline ain't like what she said. There's something off about this shit.
Today I'm going to be telling you about my story time of me being in the hospital yesterday. So I was in the ER for, sorry for the sun dust, for like 12 hours. So here's what happened. So yesterday I had a eye
What the
doctor
fuck,
appointment.
send
So
us?
I went to the eye doctor appointment, and then, as I was pulling into the driveway, I felt dizzy, and I noticed I was a lot more dizzy, and like my vision was more blurry than usual. And then during the exam, they had to put these contrast.
It's called diabetes. Diabetic stuff attacks your nerves, attacks things like your eyesight. It can fucking reduce limb function. It shrinks blood vessels. You've been playing a dangerous game, you dum dum, and you drove like that. I mean, I was in the kitchen last night with Frenchie and my earbuds, so I was only hearing part of the conversation because when you're cooking, you want to focus on cooking. So yeah, I got some digs in, but honestly, I tune this heifer out half the damn time because it's like listening to a teenager who lies to you. You know they're bullshitting you, so you're just listening to half the stuff they say to point out the bullshit. And this is what I'm doing right now. I'm listening to a teenager bullshit their way on how they snuck in at 3 a.m. and we're dumb. We didn't hear the door open at that time. Okay.
Eye drops in to see behind my eyes, and it made my vision even more blurry. So I had to wait in my car to even.
And before anybody tries to read into it, my child is autistic. He didn't do anything like that. I may have been alluding to a certain person myself when, when you were a teenager back in the day, you did dumb things. I'm no longer a teenager, so I can admit to the dumb things I did years ago. So I know when somebody is fucking lying. And this heifer's lying.
drive.
Why were you even driving if your vision was blurry like that?
Exactly.
Judy? And furthermore, why did no one in your family accompany you if they knew that you weren't feeling well? I mean, you would assume that they would know you weren't feeling well, right?
It's like, and not to interrupt Erie again, it's like I said in the opening, and I mean it. I can't imagine, especially after the week I had, of not having people that gave a fuck. Not having a family that wanted me here, was worried about my health. I don't get it, Foodie. It could not be me. It must be a very lonely experience to be paying that man to get in front of a camera and act like a fucking fool, but he can't even be there to hold your hand through this. Sucks to be you, but you get what you put in this world, heifer. You really do.
And I mean, I just have so many questions, you know? I don't understand why you would go get an eye exam when you were feeling like that instead of going straight to the ER.
Because she's a
If you want the performance of
loser.
stainless steel, the versatility of cast iron, and the convenience
I
of
was like, what?
non-stick,
Why
then
are
you
you
want
hearing
X-Dad.
Gordon
And I noticed
Ramsay? That was
the,
weird.
the dizziness wasn't going away. The blurry vision went away enough that I could drive. So I thought I'm going to go to the hospital and I'm going to get checked out because, you hear horror stories about diabetes, ketoacidosis, hyperglycemia, going into diabetic coma. So I decided to go to the emergency because.
Okay. First off, you rattled off a lot of stuff that you probably should have thought about years ago when you initially got the diabetes diagnosis, because you're trying to play in our faces, and I don't know. Even though I'm new to calling you out, I ain't new to your game, stupid. Second of all the stuff that you listed, if you were really going and you were that deeply off, because we know you spiked your blood sugar, eating a bunch of fucking junk food and buffet food to try to jump ahead in the ER, which it's not a fucking airport. So I don't understand what you thought you were doing, dum-dum, but okay. Especially in a socialized healthcare system, you just look dumb. But the fact of the matter is, you've rattled off a lot of stuff that don't even make sense. Hypoglycemia is low blood sugar. It means your blood sugar is so low that your body is having a hard time processing any energy. How do I know? I have gone hypoglycemic. When I was pregnant, I went hypoglycemic. I couldn't even hold my baby because I had no energy. They made me eat a sandwich to get the energy I needed so that I could hold my child. There is a fucking difference, but you wouldn't know that because you're dumb and it's annoying. Learn your health stuff or just shut the fuck up because you're getting on my nerves already. And I'm only a few minutes into this and I already want to punch you in the throat. This is crazy.
The walk-in clinics were pretty full for the day, and I don't have a family doctor. There's a wait list, okay? So in Ontario.
Listen, I'm going to call it how it is before we go any further. This
Yes,
one
please.
ate herself into elevated blood sugar on purpose in the hopes that she would skip the lines and get pushed to the top above everyone else who's already been
Exactly.
waiting.
It's
You've been
dumb.
doctor shopping since you got there. You want to expedite this as quickly as possible.
That ain't
It's
how it
quite
works.
obvious that you're willing to do anything to get pushed to the top of the line, even if it means risking your life. You had to know eating all that food you were eating was going to end you here. You know you have diabetes. You're not taking your metformin. You're using Unicity. Hey, what happened with the Unicity? Is it not working?
Exactly.
I thought it was going to help you. I thought it was going to cure you. What happened with that?
Exactly.
So I went to the ER, and they have all my file there already, so that's good. It didn't look too busy when I got there. Honestly, I thought it was going to be kind of in and out kind of thing. You know, they would prescribe insulin or something. That's what I thought, and I would get to go.
Oh, so you thought you were going to get a prescription from the
It's an
emergency
ER.
room.
No. Incoming rant. Because I think people need to understand that even though it's Canada, so it may be a little different, I don't think it is. Most emergency rooms is in the fucking name. It is emergency room. It is not a one-stop hospital shop. You are there because you are in critical fucking danger. So the fact that people abuse the emergency room system is why the emergency room stays a crazy, chaotic scene. I don't understand you people who do that either. It pisses me off. Because there are people who have need of triage. And they are often pushed down because entitled heifers like this who come in and burden the system. Oh, she pisses me off. You are ridiculous.
That's not how that works. They'll treat what you have at the moment, but your family physician's the one that's supposed to give you your prescriptions.
Exactly.
Why are you the way you are? And why, furthermore, question for you, why haven't you signed up for any physician at this point in time, even if there's a wait list? Like you say, there's a wait list everywhere.
She's a bum
so why not
bitch, and this is just a visa run. I can answer that quickly. There is absolutely no way this was serious because I don't care if she says it's impulse or whatnot. If she gave a fuck about living, if she gave a fuck about her, if she gave a fuck about that man she's making a bitch ass, getting in the middle of commentary fights with, if she cared about anything, she would be doing the right thing and make a phone call, see if there's any opening, any chance. She would have family be doing that for her. But none of them care. Because this is all about trying to make as much coins as she can before she skedaddles her ass back into a 2-seat trip to Kuwait. And that's a shame for Salah. Because like I said, I hope they have coffins her size. Because that's where she's cruising. And Foodie, you might need to learn bed calisthenics, honey.
just sign up for someone instead of trying to do all this?
So no, I told them my symptoms. She pricked my finger, took my blood sugar. It was 23. I'll try to put the conversion here somewhere in MGDL, but that's MMOL.
414. 414. We have a family member who struggles with type 2. And they said that here in the States, you would be hospitalized for something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't risk it. Like I said, I take health seriously now. I'm at the age where you can't play around. I've lost way too many friends to stuff that probably was preventable. Probably could have took a doctor visit. Probably could have took some medication to keep you regulated. But you were stubborn. And now we're no longer able to see you. So you get to an age where you start to realize that you gotta do the right thing. But this idiot, she ain't that person. And we are going to watch her demise. And I don't care if I sound mean saying that. It's the truth. We all know that, right? You're not watching us calling out the heifer series to get coddling. If you want that, there's plenty of nicer creators. I'm not the nice one. I don't like this chick. And she's irking me. 414. What the fuck am I even supposed to do with that number except go, I am so glad it's not me. Could never be me.
That's very high. So they were surprised how high it was.
I can't help but notice that you specifically said they were surprised, because we know for a fact you weren't surprised because you were expecting it to be this elevated. Once again, so you can get bumped to the top of the list. You were
slick
trying to cut
bitch.
corners. That's what you were trying to do.
So then, she said, okay, she took all my information. She said, now we're going to have you register. So I went to register. They give you that arm bracelet thing. So then ECG, I think it's ECG, tech came and said, we're going to do
Why didn't you leave the arm bracelet on? That's another thing that you tell so much in a lie. And as a sociopath, I'm telling you right now, it's easy to pick you apart, stupid. I'm diagnosed, so I have no problem calling myself out. Your lies are so easy to pick apart because you are given way too much information. And you could have easily been like, see, here's my bracelet. I spent 12 hours suffering. Fucking liar, man. Golly.
This little room, like ECG. I guess they're just trying to rule everything out. They hooked me up, did the ECG. Then I had to wait in the waiting room, and I was waiting for a long time.
And before anybody says, well, she didn't want to show the hospital name, there are ways to showing the hospital bracelet without even showing the hospital name. And I'm sure there are some Columbos that could have gotten the color and stuff, but that's what you get for being chronically online. The bitch can show her medical records, but she couldn't show the bracelet that they allegedly put on her fat wrist. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are crazy. She's a liar.
And I was just like, I saw groups of people that I know registered after me go before me, okay?
Oh,
it's a triage. And I didn't mean to interrupt Erie, but it's a fucking ER. So it's an emergency. It ain't first come, first serve, you dum-dum. What? I know she knows. Because I know she's been abusing the system for way too long. And it's fucking annoying. Fucking I don't understand this level of entitlement. It is just a certain demographic on this earth that just seems to think that the world's supposed to cater to them. And they'll fuck everybody else. I want what I want. And you've got to move out of my way. I'm feeling bad. My tummy hurts. I put a whole bunch of fried balls and brown shit in it from a questionable 30-year-old Chinese food restaurant. And now I need you to move me up for weight loss surgery. That's not how that works, dum-dum.
so you thought you were gonna just walk in and they would be like, Foodie Beauty here. Let's take her into the room. Forget all these other peasants. The queen has arrived.
I guess.
Listen, you need to get some reality in your life. Your delusions are taking over and it's not good.
Exactly.
It really isn't good. You chose to eat all the shit you ate. You knew it was gonna land you here. You're trying to get to the top of the list. I can't say that enough.
Now, a little cute French, and I'm French Canadian, so I can make fun of.
I don't want to hear her talk about cute French Canadian bullshit. Because she loves, ever since I called you a culture vulture heifer, which you are, I don't care. You can call yourself French Canadian, whatever, you're a white woman. Keep it up. Because I'll keep reminding you. You ain't got no culture, you fucking culture sponge. Erie, though. Adorable accent. I miss my hometown. I haven't been to New York in a while. I'm loving my life here. But there are times where I hear people with my hometown accent and I just get nostalgia. So I am so glad I found Erie. So glad. But this heifer's gonna just tell more lies, so I just wanted to interject with that. Erie, love you. Love your accent and miss my hometown.
Of the accent. I'm not making fun. I'm just going to try to imitate it because, it makes the video more interesting. I don't know.
No, nothing you do is interesting, heifer. Nothing. You're an annoyance. And I need you to know that.
By and she was a volunteer. Those like cute little lady volunteers that are so nice. And she said,
no,
you've been waiting here
I
a lot,
don't.
eh? And
I don't bother people in the ER. Most of the time when those of us go to the ER, we're not remembering all this stuff because we're either in pain or sick. You're weird. I don't care what anybody says. This is fucking weird.
I said, yeah. And she said, what's your name? I will go check. I said, Chantal. And she knows how to say my name because she's from Canadian. So she said, oh, Chantal, salut, okay.
Is this supposed to be how you prove your culture? I don't care. Your name could be Mud for all I fucking care. You got a 414 blood sugar. You can't fit in a hospital gown. But we're supposed to care about how some volunteer worker who probably is just trying to be as nice as they can to people who are sick say your stupid name? This is what you care about in the story? Okay then. Whatever.
I will go check. I will come right back. So she came back and she said they didn't forget you, but they're waiting for your ECG results to figure out where to put you, because there's different areas of the emergency care. There's urgent care, which you have to follow the yellow dots for, which is like minor things, and then there's observation, and that's if they need to monitor you, hook you up and monitor you and stuff. Follow the green dots, and then there's emergent care. Follow the blue dots, which I don't even know what that means. So
there was nothing riveting about that part of the story
at all,
except for you emphasizing how people should be saying your name. Chantal, okay, whatever. Chantal,
exactly.
Who gives a fuck? Carry on. This fucking story is way too long-winded.
Exactly.
After a while, I thought, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
And I'm gonna say this again because this bitch is dumb. She did that because a lot of us have been calling her a fucking culture sponge. I'm already mashing up words. Culture sponge, culture vulture. And now her feels are hurt. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. It ain't my fault that you can't create an identity without a partner. It ain't my fault that you and others like you are just literal culture blobs that take on and try to overtake whatever. You fetishized your man and now you pulled his bitch ass in the commentary fights. So fuck you and him.
Haven't called me. Sure enough, the minute I sit down on the toilet seat, they call my name. So I have to hurry up.
What is it with her and toilet stories all the time too? Like, I thought there was supposed to be a new Miriam. There was supposed to be some decorum and stuff. No, it's still the same old girl. Same old gross ass heifer. The more things change, the more things stay the same.
Ask me. So the nice lady, she's like, follow me, I'll show you where you go. And so I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Sure enough, I was expecting to go to the yellow dots.
Wow.
To my surprise, I was asked to go to observation.
I thought I was going crazy, and no, she doesn't know how to edit, or she repeats herself because she's got mush brain. I don't care if you get mad at me for saying that. She did it on the floor, and your machine is documented. You need to slow it down when you're telling a lie, because you wouldn't need to repeat yourself if you weren't telling the fucking story, you dum-dum.
So I was getting a little worried. They're waiting for my ECG results. I have to go to observation. But they did blood work while I was waiting in the ER waiting room. Actually, they did blood work and hooked up an IV, just in case they need to draw blood and give fluids. All right, so
your expectations versus reality is the equivalent of what you think you look like using filters. Because honestly, you have a sense of entitlement, lady. That's insane.
Super entitled.
You ate yourself into 414 blood sugar.
It don't make no sense.
You did this to yourself, and you're sitting here expecting things that are unreal. I can't with you. I swear to God, you give me a headache.
She is
a headache right now. You know that annoying headache you get?
Yep.
Like that tension headache right on the side of your fucking head because you're.
It's the rage. Like, for real. She makes me so enraged because it's so preventable. Everything she's doing to herself was preventable. But then the whole idea that there's a quick fix for it because she's unwilling to do the work, it just makes you even more punchy for me. And she's not even worth getting a headache over. She just makes me want to go out and just like hit something. Like a tree or something. I'm not going to do that to the trees because I love the trees here. And I ain't trying to have something fall on me. But seriously, heifer, you piss me off. You are just so annoying.
Clenching your jaws and you can't. I can't with this one. I can't.
I know.
You were the first in your family to go
Thank
to
you
college.
for this ad.
With a graduate degree from Walden?
Yeah, whatever.
So I get to my room in observation. There's less rooms in this area. It's more small, you know, and intensive. And there's like, I have to put on a gown that didn't fit. So I had the gown.
Everything at your size. Even though you try to lie and still say that you're under a certain weight, which we know is a lie. We know you're over 400 pounds. When you're ready to admit that, you'll probably really be ready for weight loss surgery. But we know that ain't going to happen. But the fact that you already admitted that you can't fit into a hospital gown, and now apparently the room you were in was too small? I thought we were the same size, Chantel. I ain't never had no problem fitting in no damn hospital gown or a hospital room. Granted, in the States, they do have a bit more, size variations. But I ain't never not fit into a hospital gown. You're fat. Really fat. And I say this as a fat girl. Lose some weight.
Gown half on. And then I just made sure to keep the curtain closed.
Oh my God, I'm sure that was quite the look. I'm sure nobody in the hospital was like, there's a bitch sitting in the room half-ass naked. Yeah, yeah, it won't fit. It won't fit. We got her the largest fucking gown, Marcy. What do you want me to do? I can't make it fit. Should I give her 3? I don't know, man. I don't know if we should be wasting all that. We got all these patients. Just get her out of here. Get her out of here. I'm done. I didn't expect to see that amount of ass today, and especially not that. Why does her fucking butt cheeks look like fucking bullfrog butt cheeks? I don't make it make sense. I can't. I quit.
And my nurse comes in. She's like, hi, I'm new here, but I'll find out.
She said, bullfrog. Oh, no. Dude, if you follow me and you ain't following Erie Pepperoni, what are you doing with your life? Please follow her. She is freaking amazing. Oh my god, bullfrog budgie. Oh, my stomach. I can't, y'all. I just started getting healthy and oh shit, dude, that was funny. Okay, let's try to get through more of this heifer's bullshit, but oh my gosh.
I was like, all right. So I had to retell my story. You always have to anyways. They want to hear what you have to say. Asking me symptoms, all this and that. She hooked me up. My oxygen sat was 97, which is fine. My blood pressure was 135 over, I don't even know. And they didn't seem concerned with that. And they did take...
They're an ER, you dummy. Like, what the... Okay. Whatever.
Blood.
It's your story. We ain't gotta believe it.
Just put the tube into the IV thing and take the blood that way. Very convenient. Instead of sticking you all the time, So, my blood sugar started at 23 when I went in there. So I presented with... The doctor came in. It was a resident doctor. She said, you have hyper...
And there's gonna be idiots that, don't understand. And I don't mean to call y'all idiots. I'm sorry. I'm just still annoyed at this heifer. But there are going to be people that don't understand that at certain sizes, your blood constricts. So you become a harder stick. I have family who were flea bots, so they can tell you. Certain things made it harder to get blood, draw blood, add IVs because you're a lot of fat. You have a lot of visceral fat, Chantal. I know you ain't hearing it because you think you're a dainty queen, but you're not. And you're probably overburdening an already stressed out healthcare system with your big fat arms and your tiny, tiny veins. You're annoying. Really.
Glycemia, and she said if you didn't come when you did, I suspect that it would have developed into like ketoacidosis because of the symptoms you had. Now my blood test came back that my blood...
See, that's a lot of words that might have made sense, and we were dropping them in a lot of different chats that I know you stalk. But you wouldn't have gotten all of those things at the same time, you fucking liar. Because I like to remind you once again, hypoglycemia, which is something that I have to worry about if I don't eat, is low blood sugar. What you have is diabetes, which is very high blood sugar. You don't get them both at the same time, you fucking dummy. But okay. You keep telling those lies.
Acidic, but she thought that it could develop potentially into that. And so I said, oh, well, that's nice. That's not scary at all.
I'm pretty sure that she knew what you were there for, because don't nurses have charts on the patients?
But not only that, they're nurses, so they go to school for this. But the whole, oh, that's nice. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a diagnosis heavy enough for this heifer to understand the severity of her situation. So, like I said, I don't know what you expect from my cold ass. I have admitted I'm a sociopath. I feel nothing but ire for this woman. I just want to see where this story leads.
Very bare minimum, it should have said that you have diabetes and your blood sugar is high.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as everything else she told you, we've been telling you that, and that's why we've been telling you to stop eating the way you're eating. But
For
we're
years.
haters, right? We're haters, right?
For years.
Keep listening to the yes men. It's doing a hell of a lot of good to you.
Exactly. Especially your little commentary gaggle. You don't have many of them, and from what I've seen of them, oh my gosh. But your little rogues gallery, they ain't doing you no favors if they're not trying to get you to see that you need to take this health thing seriously. Because once you die, they're going to be the ones out of content. There will always be somebody else to move on to, Foodie. I think that's the mistake you think. You think that you're the center of everybody's universe. And honey, you're a blip on the radar. A big blip. I'll give you that. You're the biggest blip I've ever seen. But when you pass, we will all move on. And I really think you need to bluntly hear that. You are not that important, honey.
Oh, and by the way, is Unicity not working? Like, what happened with that? What is going on with the Unicity? Did that not cure all of your boo-boos? Oh, what a shame.
I thought the slow shake was working.
Diabetes is really no joke. So
no, you don't say. Come on, this isn't the first time we've been here. You've been milking your conditions for views since forever, okay? You're lucky you came out of the hospital at all. You're lucky you came out with all of your body parts.
Exactly.
So I do feel like an ass just laughing and having a good time eating plates of Chinese food the other day.
Do you know? Do you really? Because I don't think you do. I honestly feel like you needed a visa run. A. So that, I hope that's established. Anybody who's watching me, the whole goal of her coming to Canada. You thought you were going to overburden your family, who is already over your fuck shit after last year's fiasco. You pissed off a lot of people, and now you're miserable. You're in your car most of the time because nobody wants you filming in their house. You decided, well, if I can't get attention the way I normally do, maybe a health scare will get me attention. And is it really worth putting yourself in a potential coma for views? Are you I know she's really that stupid. And as y'all can see, y'all, I had to put my band over this because the sickness made more weight drop off and my rings were falling off. Chantel could never understand what that feels like, and I love that for her.
Home Chef is introducing a new menu designed specifically for families.
I'm going to cook my own food, Home Chef. No, thank you.
Because you have all of your videos tagged with diabetes, recovering.
I'm going to have some ramen today.
You are misguiding people.
Exactly. But not to interrupt Erie, but because I know you watch, Heifer. Guess what I get to have? I get to have actual ramen because I follow my dietary plans, and I, as a person who listens to my doctors, can do things that you can only dream of. Must suck to be you, honey. Must suck to be you. Rice noodles are very good too. I would recommend them to somebody who could eat them.
Who may fall into your channel because of the algorithm you are occupying, thinking that they're looking for advice from someone that knows what the fuck they're talking about. In the meantime,
exactly,
you're a hyper obese woman gorging on food, and they think, hey, it's all right, maybe I'll try that, landing them in the hospital. Have you ever thought of that?
She don't care.
We'll see where this goes, because I don't believe for a second that you actually give a fuck, and I believe we'll be back in this situation here soon.
Agreed.
Pardon my language. She said we're gonna give you insulin and try to get your blood sugar down. We want it down below 15. So I said, all right. She said, have you been taking your metformin? I'm on something that's a different name than metformin. I said, no, because it makes me very ill and I haven't been taking it regularly. So that's a no-no also.
So you're not taking the medication you're supposed to be taking to help your type 2 diabetes. And why? You are a 39-year-old grown woman with a health problem that you have had for years now that is potentially destroying you internally. And you just casually drop that you're not taking your medicine. Did you have money for Big Turks? You had money to order a fucking planner? You had money for a fucking lunch buffet? You're an idiot. There's no other way to say it. You're a fucking idiot.
So,
nothing. You take your medicine and that's it. Those are your fucking options, okay? You really thought that unicity was gonna cure you, huh? You really
I don't
thought
even
that
think
drinking
it's
the
that
yerba
deep either,
mate
though.
con azúcar y cafeína hasta el culo was gonna fucking help you. You take your fucking medicine like the rest of us, okay? I have to take medication for my tumor. It doesn't make me exactly feel peachy, but it's helping. It's helping. All of us who have any condition, we take our medicines. Everything comes with side effects. But the point of it all is to help you get to a point where you may not need that medication again.
Yep.
Or at least the medication works to the point where you become accustomed to the medication. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the boat I'm in. I'm accustomed to it by now. At first, the first 2 years was but now I'm like, all right, cool, this is just everyday life, we're good. Just fucking take your medication for crying out loud.
Exactly.
She gave me my first dose of insulin and then took a blood test about 20 minutes later. My blood sugar went down to 16.5. And then they did some blood work. I forget the name of the test. I'll have to put it here somewhere. Osmo something. That, because when you're diabetic, you urinate more frequent. But if you're not drinking, if you're dehydrated and not having enough fluid or something, it leaves like a sediment in your blood. I don't know. So I was highly dehydrated from these blood tests. So they gave me some fluid and
What?
Oh man, that was.
So she's making sand and syrup in her blood now? Like, this story is... It's equal parts dumb and confusing as it is enraging and infuriating. Some because
it wasn't on a pump, it was like a drip, so it was so slow. And I had to keep my arm a certain way or it would drip even slower. Anyway.
I don't know why you seem to bitch about everything. Being in the hospital is
she's in a title heffalumphicus.
okay? For no one, especially the emergency room. Anyone who goes to the emergency room knows that they're gonna have to fucking wait. You're probably more likely than not gonna get an IV inserted, and you better fucking hope and pray that you get someone who knows how to hit that vein, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
And then you're just gonna have to do what you need to do, right? Because your body needs it at the moment. Your body needs it. Had you controlled your sugar the way you were supposed to control your sugar, you wouldn't have been in this situation. But again, I believe you're doing this to see if you can get jumped in front of the line ahead of everybody else that's been waiting to get, weight loss surgery. So have fun with that, because you're gonna keep going.
James, why are you running around the house, honey?
If this is how you think you're gonna get shit accomplished,
my mic might be picking up your phone too. Calm down,
okay?
okay?
We'll see you in the ER soon again.
That's a first. I know you're ready for the holidays, but calm down.
Nope, that wasn't a glitch, Pizza Mafia. This bitch keeps repeating the same shit
Now Callie too.
over again. Her blood sugar's high. They're trying to
Mom
lower
starts
it
to
with
feel good, and
insulin,
everybody's
yada,
losing
yada,
their
blah,
mind.
blah, blah. I don't fucking care. You did this to yourself. Let's carry on to the next portion.
I was starving, like, I felt really dizzy and nauseous though, but I was still hungry, like, I was starting to feel I was so tired.
You can go without food. I know it's hard for you to believe, but you need to let this shit go. Because you was not starving. You don't even know what starving means. You are ridiculous. Re-fucking-diculous.
And hungry. It was like 12 hours since I've eaten. So the lady said, we want to give you something to eat to see how you tolerate it. So she brings this sandwich that was like, the hospital food is horrendous. I'm sorry. And you know what doesn't make sense to me? I mean, I know.
She ate a pile of slop that she had the nerve to call Chinese food. And I don't care. I'm never going to go to that restaurant, so they can get mad at me. That shit look nasty. And you have the nerve to complain about hospital foods or what? And as long as it's deep fried and covered in soy sauce, which is offensive to me on a cultural level, I don't care what anybody says. You don't cook like that and call it authentic Asian. You show that slop to idiots in small towns that don't know any better, and that's not right. And you have the nerve to complain about hospital food, which is at least catered to people to not get them sick? Get all the way the fuck out of here with your bullshit foodie.
No, it's not a 5-star hotel, but like they gave me a turkey sandwich on brown, but it was like stale brown bread with like one slice.
And you've never stayed at a 5-star hotel, so shut the fuck up. You wanna be fancy bitch when we know you're a fake ass bitch.
Of turkey and butter on it. It was like gross, but I ate some of it because that was the best sandwich when you're starving. Okay, they gave me water, so I ate that in the water. But then they gave me apple juice.
The nerve.
Apple juice and a full.
The nerve of her complaining about a full sugar anything. Bitch, you're full sugar. You're literally pissing fucking sediment and syrup. And you're complaining about what they're giving you when you just said you were starving. You see why this story ain't making sense? Why the math ain't mathing, y'all? She is so full of fucking malarkey that it's just like, okay, whatever, heifer.
Full sugar, not diet, low fat, gluten free. It was a whole sugar loaded muffin, apple cinnamon muffin. And I'm thinking, I'm in the hospital in observation for hyperglycemia, and you're giving me sugar. Because if I would have eaten that and drank the apple juice with it, they would be giving
Because, dum-dum, if you're going to keep using the word hypoglycemia, that means low blood sugar. At least learn the terms that you're going to fucking co-opt when you steal from other people's content and you try to steal from our stories. Because I thought, this is funny, she keeps using hypoglycemia over and over again. And people surmise that you were looking stuff up on Google. But I do recall several times talking about going into hypoglycemia. One time especially during my pregnancy because it's low blood sugar. I have never had diabetes, stupid. Even though I am a hefty woman, I exercise, I keep my shit regular, and I had my weight loss surgery. So I don't know what you're going through, but I do know that if I don't eat, my blood sugar crashes. It is insane. So I have to put something in me so that my blood sugar doesn't get too low. I am the complete opposite of you. So, there. Dummy. Stop using that term because you don't know what it means.
giving me more insulin, I'm sure.
They gave you that particular meal with the plan. They wanted to see how quickly your sugar rises after you eat something. There's a method to the madness in hospitals, you see. If anything, the hospital is the place where you want to be and test out that situation. But you sit there bitching about the food and the muffin and the apple juice, yet you'll go to your car and have an entire fucking candy bar like nothing just happened, right?
Exactly.
Come on, lady. You're just a box of complaints, aren't you, Miss Karen?
She's a box of lard. Really, Pringles? And it's a forced ad? They all taste the same.
Are you going to let the greedy heating companies and their crazy high prices decide if your family is allowed to stay warm this winter? Here's how a former...
My family stays warm because I pay my bills. Get the fuck out of here.
She's like, hey, you don't have to... She's like, I didn't cook it, so I'm not going to be insulted, about that. I said, no, it's just that, I'm just afraid to have something with sugar. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll take it away. So that was that. They
Poor healthcare workers.
They didn't prescribe me insulin. They told me to just stay on
I'm just imagining the people who had to deal with her, and I really, really hope that they have a great holiday, because that had to be a lot dealing with this fucking entitled heifer. And I feel so bad for hospital workers all around the world right now during the holidays, because you work hard, you barely get appreciated, and every day you have to deal with assholes like this who come in and entitledly overburden your system. And I really, really hope you know that y'all are appreciated, for real. And I wish you from the deepest part of my heart the happiest holidays. If you celebrate, because I know some people don't do that either. I know.
With a family doctor, which I don't have, so that won't be happening.
You know when you should have been.
That won't be happening? Why won't it be happening? Why can't you get your life together? You can be assertive when you want a man, or when you want food, or when you want views. But something that could literally save your life, and that won't be happening? Okay, Visa Run, whatever.
Complaining and saying I'm not going to eat that when you were at the Chinese buffet, when you had those 2 plates full of food that you knew you shouldn't be having. That's when you should have said, the buffet is not a good option for me because there's not really anything in here that I can eat that won't land me in the hospital. Okay, that's when you should have been. But again, I believe you did this on purpose to spike your sugar so you could go to the hospital, hoping that they would jump you ahead of the line and get you immediately in with a family physician. That's what you were hoping for. You were hoping for a temporary prescription on insulin, which you got none. Because here's the thing, if you have insulin, you can eat a little more freely, right? That's what she's trying to do. She's not trying to adjust her diet. She wants the easiest solution so she can continue gorging in the manner she's been gorging. That's what this all comes down to. There is no change taking place. It's the typical Chantal trying to figure out, how can I continue eating the way I've been fucking eating?
Exactly.
I thought that's where my night ends. You know, she comes in, she says, do you want to go home? Because I think they were going to keep me. And I said, I really want to go home. I'm so tired. I don't have my CPAP. You know,
You're in a hospital. You would have been hooked up to oxygen. Once again, this lie is falling the fuck apart in real time. Well, not really, because it's a video, but you know what I mean. This ain't making sense. It's a little hospital. They would have hooked you up to a machine if you needed to breathe. So, fuck out of here, you liar.
I'm just sweaty from just laying in the little cot. My bottom hurts so bad, my lower back.
Because you're fat. And you were probably bigger than what you thought you were. And they probably didn't have a bariatric sized bed because you need that. And I know you hate that word, but if you were going to go for weight loss surgery, you would have had to hear it a lot. Because it's a term. Bariatric. Because you're a big ass bitch. And you're super morbidly obese. Honey.
Oh, I want to go home. So she let me go home.
Yeah, I'm sure they couldn't sign those release papers fast enough. You're probably one of those patients that all you do is fucking complain while smiling.
Yep.
Listen, the cot is hurting because you're fucking hyper obese and your body, especially your spine, can no longer stand the amount of pressure you have put on it with your
exactly
weight, okay? The CPAP, all of a sudden you care about having your CPAP when you have left it for days at a time in the past without giving a shit? Girl, bye.
Exactly.
And I had to go to the parking garage. It's cold, it's dark, it's creepy. I'm on the top floor, the 5th floor of the parking garage. That's where my car's parked because there was nowhere to park. When I came in, the parking lot was almost full.
Who cares? It's a hospital.
Here we go with the fucking bullshit elevator story.
Yep.
Y'all wait until you hear this shit if you haven't heard it, because this shit,
it's gonna make you eye roll.
And I'll tell you why. Let's let her talk.
I had to take an elevator. Parking garage elevators are one of the types of elevators I'm the most scared of. You guys know I have issues with elevators, claustrophobia. I got stuck in them.
You're fat. You have issues with elevators because you have always been a hefty girl. And you refuse to understand that. But okay, keep going.
So I have some trauma there. So I just started trusting elevators again. Since where I live in Kuwait, we take an elevator, right? So, but I'm always with Salah. Anyway, so...
You're a grown woman. I can't imagine, and I'm sorry, maybe it's because I'm Gen X and we're used to having a bit more independent spirit. I can't imagine being this, I need you to hold my hand, do everything like some of these bitches be out here being. I can't. This whole pity baby me shit is embarrassing for you.
So I go by myself. My phone is dead at this point because I didn't think I would be in the hospital for 12 hours, so I didn't plan right. All right, so...
You never plan right. You never do anything right. Your whole life is just a series of more fuck-ups. Like, I have never seen so many fuck-ups in one lifetime. You were just insane.
The elevator comes, I press the button, and I can hear it like boom, 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 going through the levels coming to get me. I get in, 5th floor, the doors close, everything's fine until I get to the 5th floor. I feel like a little drop, and I'm thinking, okay, it's just leveling out, the elevator has to level. Because as somebody who's afraid of elevators, I've watched many videos on how they work to help me like desensitize, to help me understand that, you know, I'm gonna be okay. The doors don't open, and I'm thinking, okay, it's just gonna take a while to level. Some elevators do that. Nope, doesn't open. I'm stuck in the elevator, okay? I got stuck in the parking lot elevator, and I'm like, I don't have my phone. what am I gonna do? It's freezing. It's not a heated elevator because it's in a parking garage. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in this cold steel metal box trapped. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I start immediately panicking, like that fight or flight response. That I'm like, oh my.
Fight or flight. You've never fought and you don't know how to fight. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Let's really analyze this story. This fat heifer got into a box that sensors got confused by the weight capacity. Most elevators can carry up to the ton, so I don't know how fat this bitch is, but apparently it's enough to confuse the 5th floor weight sensor on the elevator fat. But I don't know if this story was to convince Salah that she's doing what she needs to do, get some pity from her viewers or her family. All this has done is convince me that you are definitely knocking on death's door. And you keep knocking, Heifer. I think it's going to answer you soon.
Oh my gosh, my worst fear, I'm thinking, but I had to like reason with myself. Okay, my worst fear is happening. What am I going to do? You know, and I'm like, okay, just stay calm. I'm like, screw this. I took my hand. It was one of those doors that were split. They opened like this. So I just like pried, because I was on the 5th floor. I must have been, like, you know. So I pried the doors open with my hands and it wasn't fully leveled. So I had to like kind of like step up a bit to get out. So I'm like, that's what happened.
This girl, not even 2 videos ago in her little restaurant buffet Beeze, was out of breath and she parked in front of the restaurant. So it wasn't that far of a walk. But I'm supposed to believe that heifer who can barely walk to her car from the restaurant can, like, Hulk heft her way out of her elevator. Okay. Sure, Jam. Sure.
It wasn't leveling, so when the doors won't open if the elevator's not leveled for, you know, security features.
I wouldn't know that. I have never been fat enough to break an elevator sensor, so I don't know. And I have always been a big girl, so I legit, I don't ever want to get to that level now. I didn't think it was possible to get to that level fat. But thanks to Chantel, I now know that you can get to a level of fat that can literally confuse an elevator. That shit's weird to me.
I can just girl talk.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
What the fuck's girl talk?
Hey, mom.
That's
All right,
stupid.
so first question I have, how were you keeping in contact with Salah if your phone fucking died? Can you explain that to me? Can you explain? Because the last time you said you contacted him was after you had the final meal and then they discharged you. So how did your phone die? Number 2, do you really want us to fucking believe that you pried the doors open and stepped up? You want me to believe that when we saw you struggling to lift your leg to get on a sidewalk?
Exactly.
I pried those doors open and they opened and I got out anyways. Like, I'm never taking that elevator. I'm like, see ya. I actually verbally looked at the elevator and flipped it off. I'm not kidding. That was very crass of me, but whew, now I can't ever go back. It will remember that and trap me again.
Everything you do is crass and nothing wants to trap you. Not a man, not an elevator, and not a country, apparently. You are so annoying. And I really want y'all to watch Eerie Pepperoni. This was fun, but I can already start to feel my voice give, and I don't want this succubus siphoning my health. I am finally feeling good. I'm hoping to be back on Tuesday with the new Bonnet Chronicles. I just wanted to do a quick see before the holidays. Merry Christmas to those of y'all who celebrate. Happy holidays to everybody else who's doing Kwanzaa or any other spiritual holidays right now. Yule in my house is about to happen too. I really hope that you have a peaceful holiday season. It has been a rough 2023 for some of us. It has been good, bad, and in between. I just hope 2024 is a better year for a lot of us. And I hope that if you're in poor health spirits, that you get better. I hope that you're not like this lion heifer and doing what you need to do to take care of your health. And I hope that you have a really good next few days. I am not going to be chronically online. I'm sorry. I may tape the Christmas morning presents opening. I don't know. I've been doing it for years now with Kiddo. But other than that, I don't really intend to be online like that. So if I do that, it will be on Twitch, because that's where I normally upload the Christmas videos. And that's it. I will see y'all soon.